I'm Megabucks.
And I'm Tycoon.
Today on the Animoguls, we're discussing Disney hairstyles. We'll pick up from where we left off with the dark-haired Disney guys and branch out into Disney brunettes, the girls. So let's start with Demi Lovato. Okay, so I'm joking. Demi Lovato is not actually a Disney princess, although she thinks she is.
Starring at the end of Frozen does not make you a Disney princess, Demi. Just saying. We are gonna start with the darling of Disney. Not our darling, just Disney's. Snow freaking White.
Now, Snow White, she's got that short bob thing going on, where, you know, she's tiny, she's got a bow, she's like,
yay, I'm 12, even though I sound like an old woman.
When I first saw her with the black hair and the bow, I immediately thought that they were trying to turn Minnie Mouse into a human. I mean, she was childish, she had a childlike innocence about her. She had a bow on her head. I mean, we already get it. We get it. She's underage. There's only 100 different ways you can say it to us, Disney. Just take the bow off and she would have looked like she was capable of being in a relationship.
I mean, you really have to wonder what the hell the evil queen was smoking to be jealous of Snow White. Because as it stands, Snow White does not seem to have hit puberty. I mean, she was asking the mirror on the wall who the most beautiful woman in the land is, not the most beautiful girl, right? There is a difference.
And the evil queen's not even that old. I mean, if it's a contest of who's the fairest, then I guess Snow White wins. But if it's about looks, she's just not the clear winner to me. And I think she looks more pale because of the contrast of the black hair against her skin.
So, Tycoon, do you prefer Disney characters with straight hair, like Mulan and Pocahontas? Or characters like Jasmine, who have a wave thing going on?
Well, Megabucks, I prefer straighter hair, because let's face it, if Pocahontas had a curly mask going on during the Colors of the Wind song, you wouldn't be able to see which direction her hair was swaying in the wind. And that's important, because everything in the movie swayed in one direction or another. Spinning arrow, the strange clouds, even Grandmother Willow, not to mention the leaves, aka Pocahontas' mom. Pocahontas' hair was the symbol that tied all these swaying motions together. Moving on to the next Disney princess, which is Jasmine of Aladdin. She has a good-looking head of hair, but I'm not gonna lie, I'm not really digging the whole cobra hair look. I prefer the high ponytail she had in the scene where she was gonna seduce Jafar. That was a much more attractive look for Jasmine.
I mean, I definitely think that the jet black hair has a very royal look to it, which suits Jasmine's regal personality. The same goes for Pocahontas. She's got that bluey black hair at times, and it definitely suits her wild spirit. She's running all over the place, she's jumping off cliffs. She's just being a general nuisance. Now, Mulan's hair, I love the haircut. It looked great, really short. I mean, I know Mulan had to do it out of circumstance, but it definitely highlighted those cheekbones. Good work, Mulan.
Oh yeah. It gave her a youthful vibrance of sorts. And when she tied it up, she looked like one of the guys. So it's really diverse. In fact, the hair helps her fit in so well with the rest of the soldiers that it even has Shang questioning his orientation for a minute there.
I'd just like to add that Mulan's haircutting skills were amazing. She used a sword to cut her hair and got it right on the first try. She's meant to be in the army with that kind of skill.
And you know, if she got rejected and hadn't made it into the army, she could have made a damn good living as a hairstylist.
Moving on to Princess Tiana. I mean, this is pretty controversial, but I would have liked it if Tiana had had more textured hair. African Americans have curly hair, and their hair isn't curly like white people would have. They've got a cool hair texture, and the movie didn't show it at all, which is really disappointing. At least for some of the time, it would have looked really, really nice on screen. But the hair that they gave Tiana, it's not really straight, it's not really curly. She's got this ugly bun, and the other Disney characters who had buns, Cinderella, Mulan, Tinkerbell, they all come to mind. None of them had a bun as ugly as Tiana's. So I'm very disappointed with that hairstyle. So Megabucks, do you think that Tiana could go blonde like Beyonce?
I mean, definitely. She's got great bone structure. She could pull it off. What do you think of the brunette, Megabucks? And by the brunette, I mean Belle, aka Beauty from the Beauty and the Beast. Another darling of the Disney Princess collection.
Princessified Belle? Hey, that's an interesting word. I think I just made it up. Princessified Belle, as in the one who appears in the merchandise. She's got these tousled curls that we never saw in the movie. It's like, Belle, what have you and Beast been doing all night? You gotta wonder.
You know, it was great to see a brown-eyed brunette represented for once, because you see a lot of brunettes in these movies, but usually they've got blue eyes, or purple eyes in Megaraz's case, turquoise eyes in Esmeralda's case. Not too many brown-haired, brown-eyed people, though. So it makes me feel included. One character whose hair I really liked was Jane from Tarzan.
Yeah, when we first see Jane, her hair is all prim and proper, and then it gets really wild. Well, as wild as Jane can get. And a girl called Jane, I mean, brown hair definitely suits someone with that name, you know? Plus, it's a nice earthy color. It really suits her because she's going to Africa, she's going to study gorillas, she's going to meet another brunette guy. It's great for the future kids. No paternity issues are going to come out.
I love Esmeralda's wild mane of black. It matches up well with her personality because her character is supposed to be really bold and standoutish. And she really works the hair. It almost holds its own when she's doing her magic tricks to get the crowd going.
Yeah, can you imagine how comfy and easy it would be to sleep just lying anywhere with hair that thick? It's like a built-in pillow. Her hair is the best. I love Esmeralda's hair.
Somebody's hair that I really like would be Megrez from Hercules. It's really neat because she turns to one side and her hair looks one way, and then she flips it to the opposite side and her hair looks another way. I don't know, it's not symmetrical, and yet it's like she almost looks like a horse, but in a good way.
Megara probably has the most intricate and difficult to make hairstyle ever. You see those cosplayers and you're like, don't. Don't even try. Do not go there. Just don't. Because Megara's hair, it's not the most easy thing to replicate, but you know, it's sleek and it's shiny, and I mean, great job, Ken Duncan. Great job designing Meg's hair.
So what do you think of Crysta from Ferngully, also known as Esmeralda's twin?
Ah, Crysta. I mean, honestly, her hair color isn't as vibrant as Esmeralda's. They gave Crysta this grayish black hair, and it's not very earthy. They should have given her dark brown hair, in my opinion. And don't even get me started on the haircut. It's messy, and it's ugly, and it feels like Crysta woke up, found a pair of scissors, and went nuts, all without a mirror, and then her hair never grew back. It's kind of like how Rapunzel had one chance to get her hair cut right. Speaking of Rapunzel, she's brunette for the last 5 minutes of her movie, so let's discuss her brunette side.
Oh yeah, I love the choppy look that Rapunzel went for at the end. For me, being a fan of short hair and all, it was very freeing to see someone who's dragged down by her hair for a good portion of the movie finally be able to swish her hair and not have to worry about whether it's gonna hit a tree or get stuck on a piece of driftwood.
I actually think that she looks best as a blonde. I just hated the fact that having brown hair means that you're ordinary and have no powers, and having blonde hair means that you're amazing and you have superpowers and you can do this and that and you're descended from the sun. I mean, jeez.
I know, right? But yeah, I mean, she did look less princessy, which is to be expected because she didn't exactly go to a professional salon to get her hair cut. Maybe Rapunzel should have grown her hair out for the big day. You know, for the wedding with Flynn, entangled ever after.
Apparently, one of the powers Rapunzel got from the flower was the ability to grow her hair. At all. Now that her magical powers are gone, her hair growth is stunted indefinitely.
I know, that's tragic. She's not a Disney princess, but she is a female protagonist, so we probably should include her. What do you think about Lilo from Lilo and Stitch, Megabucks? She's 4 foot tall, and her hair is 3 feet out of the 4 feet. In other words, way too long. I mean, she's a child. She shouldn't be walking all over her hair.
Maybe Lilo's hair helps her. You know, Lilo can use it to keep warm during those cold Hawaiian nights. Okay, so that isn't really working out. But, you know, Lilo could play jump rope with it if she had any friends. Okay, so really, Lilo's hair serves no purpose, except to make her look small and fragile, I guess.
If that. Are we missing anyone?
I think we've covered everyone who's worth talking about. Anyone who's not covered, probably not worth our time.
Thanks for watching, everybody. Click on the annotation for a discussion on the dark-haired guys of Disney, including Prince Eric and the street rat Aladdin, aka Prince Ali. But don't tell Jasmine.